Over the last few months, a bunch of new wireless mics have come out, and the main common denominator between them all is that they are all very cheap and ridiculously small, which is perfect for sports videographers on a budget who like to produce mic'd up videos.
We got this, man.
I recently got my hands on the main three, which are the Holy Land Lark M2, the Holy Land Lark M2S, and the DJI Mic Mini. The prices you see on screen are for the combo version of each wireless mic system, which includes 2 transmitters, receivers for both a camera and a phone, wind muffs, and a bunch of other accessories. But by the way, don't let the prices influence you just yet, because I will show you a way later on to get a perfect mic'd up video setup for much cheaper than that using the exact same microphones. Anyway, my plan with this video is to compare the 3 mics, tell you which one I recommend for sports mic'd up videos, and show you exactly how to install it on an athlete in the safest way that will also get you the best results. Alright, so first of all, I do want to mention that both Holy Land and DJI sent me those microphones for free, and they were both really aware that my plan was to compare them to one another. Unfortunately, neither of these companies sent me any money, but I do get to keep all those beautiful microphones. Also, I want to say that my goal today is to review those mics in the context of a mic'd up video specifically, so I'm not going to talk about every accessory and every feature. Instead, I'm going to focus on the ones that help us produce videos like this one.
Yes, let's go! 41! Vas-y, fais. Go.
Alright, so let me start by saying that all these mics can work with both a camera and a phone. They can all be managed through an app. They all have a 2-level noise cancelling feature that I would definitely recommend using at sporting events. None of them have inputs for an external lapel microphone like this one, and none of them can record internally on the transmitter itself. Size-wise, they are all extremely small, so very easy to hide. The Lark M2 and the Mic Mini are roughly the same size, except that one is round and the other is square and a little bit thicker because of the extra clip at the back. The Lark M2S is slightly smaller than both of them as far as this part is concerned, but that's not the actual microphone. The mic itself is on this part, which is way smaller, so when you attach it to someone's collar, for example, it's definitely the mic out of all 3 that is the most discreet by far. The battery life on a single charge is about 9 hours with the Lark M2S, 10 hours with the Lark M2, and 11 hours with the Mic Mini. So ultimately, all of them have more than enough battery life for an entire sporting event. Now, let's talk about audio quality. Well, actually, instead of talking about it, let's just compare it. Right now, you're listening to audio recorded with the Holy Land Lark M2 wireless microphone with the noise cancellation turned off. And I would like to say that since I've previously listened to audio from this mic, I can already tell you that I am personally quite impressed with the results, but feel free to let me know what you think in the comments. This time you're listening to audio recorded in the exact same conditions with the Holy Land Lark M2S, again with noise cancellation turned off. And again, I am quite happy with the results, but I do feel like the audio sounds a little bit muffled. Sounds muffled to me anyway, just a touch. And this is probably due to the size of the microphone, which is slightly smaller than the other one. So anyway, again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And finally, this time you're listening to audio recorded with the DJI Mic Mini, again with noise cancellation turned off. And I would like to say one more time that having previously listened to audio coming from this microphone, I can already tell you that I am really impressed with the quality. In fact, I think that it is very, very, very similar to the sound quality of the Holy Land Lark M2. Yeah, I think these two are pretty much on par, but you guys let me know what you think in the comments. All right, so sound quality wise, the Lark M2 and the Mic Mini are frontrunners, but the Mic Mini does have a couple of extra aces up its sleeve that make it the top dog of the category, in my opinion. First of all, it has a feature called clipping control that automatically adjusts the volume to avoid clipping. And to give you an idea of what clipping sounds like, here's some content I filmed the other day with Molly Carlson, an Olympian high diver / influencer.
Yo, it's 2-2 now, 6 minutes.
My job was to mic her up while she was attending a professional hockey game, so I decided to use the Holy Land Lark M2S, but clipping was definitely an issue. The other advantage of the Mic Mini regarding sound quality and also clipping, or the lack thereof, is that while all three mics can record in both stereo and mono, the Mic Mini is the only one that can actually record a mono track plus a safety track. A safety track is basically a separate track that records the exact same thing as the main one, but at a lower input volume, 6 dBs lower to be exact. Both these features are ideal for mic'd up videos because inevitably your player is going to start screaming or celebrating very loudly at some point, and that's exactly the type of content that you want to capture.
Yo, son man! 41! 42! 41!
And you have a much better chance of capturing that audio clean without any clipping through a DJI Mic Mini than through the other two mics.
Whoa!
All right, so now let's talk attachments, because after sound quality, this is by far the most important thing when miking up an athlete. As you may know if you've seen my previous video about the perfect mic'd up video setup, my recommendation at the time was to use a vest that is commonly used in pro sports to carry a GPS tracker inside a small pocket at the back.
I never wore a sports bra before.
I would put the mic transmitter inside that pocket, connect it to a lapel microphone, and run the lapel mic's wire through the vest to attach it at the front with a wind muff over it to avoid friction noises from the player's jersey. But this time, none of the wireless mic systems that we're looking at today have inputs on their transmitters. So we're gonna have to use the transmitter itself as the microphone and put it right at the front where we would usually put the lapel mic. With both the Lark M2 and the Mic Mini, I would first put the wind muff on, again to avoid any friction, but also to protect my mic from excessive sweat. And I would then use the magnet to attach it right in the middle with the mic on the inside and the magnet on the outside. That way, even if the magnet falls off for some reason, at least the mic itself will remain inside the vest. This is why I still recommend using a vest like this instead of a tank top or a compression shirt. If the player wants to wear a compression shirt under his jersey, he can still do it, but I would make him wear the vest over the compression shirt and attach the mic to that. One thing you should know though before I move on to the next mic is that the Mic Mini's magnet feels a lot stronger than the Lark M2's magnet. So personally, I was a lot more confident and stress-free doing this with the Mic Mini than with the Lark M2.
Nice shot!
When it comes to the Lark M2S, there is no magnet. You're dealing with a titanium clip which has a rubbery, non-slippery texture on both ends. So with this mic, I would again put the wind muff first, but this time I would put the microphone on the outside of the vest. Reason being, I want the bigger and heavier side of the transmitter to be inside the vest to keep it as secured as possible. And honestly, I feel quite safe with that one too, much safer than with the Lark M2. By the way, the Mic Mini does have a clip as well, but I wouldn't use it in this scenario. It is way too small in my opinion, so the mic wouldn't go very deep and would have a much greater chance of popping out. So, which one do I recommend using? Well, Audio quality wise, to me, the DJI Mic Mini is definitely above the others. And as far as which one is the easiest to secure in the safest way possible in a mic'd up video, I think it's almost a tie between the Mic Mini and the Lark M2S, but I do give a slight edge to the Mic Mini because, as I said, if it does fall off, it will remain inside the vest, but if the Lark M2S pops off, it's gonna fall on the ground and potentially get stepped on. So ultimately, I recommend getting a sports vest and a DJI Mic Mini kit for your mic'd up video setup. And if the $169 price tag is a little bit too much for your budget right now, you can simply buy a single person kit, which includes one transmitter instead of two and a carrying pouch instead of a charging case, but for a price of only $89 instead of $169. By the way, you can get LiDAR kits for cheaper prices from Holy Land as well, so check out the link in the description. You'll see a bunch of price options for all the wireless mic kits that I recommend, as well as sports vests and a bunch of other accessories. Otherwise, let me know in the comments if you agree with my wireless mics power ranking or if you would have done anything differently. And once you're done writing your comment, I will see you in my next video.